So I've been doing deck testing videos that have deck codes in the video description so that we can, try using the feature, share what I've been playing. You had to know that it was coming eventually. It's Mid Sorcerer. This is the version that I've been playing most recently, and we're going to do what I always do. We're going to hop into 2 games. At this point, like, if you watch my channel and you don't know what I'm running in Mid Sorcerer roughly and why I pick it, I'm not sure what's going on there, so I'm not going to explain the deck a ton, at least in this video. Maybe the next time I do like a full-on deck spotlight, but there's no surprises here. Nothing that was adjusted with the balance patch, so, it's big stuff and warded stuff on curve, and that's just what you do. Alright. So we're up against Spellsword, which has been seeing a rise in popularity after the balance patch, and that's not great for us. Spellsword, because of their access to also having big bodies and potentially hard removal, things like Edict of Azura, it is problematic. I mean, case in point,
friend.
That is a catapult. Now, the good news for us is... Oh, wow. And it's apparently Dwemer. Alright. This is a list that has definitely grown in popularity as of late. Sanctuary raid, huh? Interesting.
I will have your head.
Actually, I think like the mage more than the mammoth here, because this is more likely to survive if they play 2 creatures and swing with this catapult. Like, I just need to keep trying to contest this lane as best I can. And they had a Dwarven Dynamo on curve. Well, as much as I wanted to play that Corrupted Shade, I can't. So instead,
I come bearing gifts.
We're gonna do the old Satanine. Satanine! Say it to me! Satanine. That's why I love this card, for the record. It's just really good on your warded creatures. Okay. This is great for hulls. That's actually a pickup I'm pretty okay with.
I abhor violence.
I'm actually fine with this too. We have a million cards in our hand, so just playing a trade for resources game I think benefits us at the moment. So there's a hulls.
This should help you.
And there's a priest.
Violence.
Now, with 2 creatures, they sadly can still activate that catapult, but... Oh my gosh, they have 2 hulls. How do I want to handle this? Guess play a fat guard and draw some cards. Because again, we've got a lot of resources. And we also just want to draw more Shadowfen priests. The second hulls is a problem.
Training is over. It's time to act.
So Viper is what they got from a mud crab. Very interesting. Ah, yes! The payoff. It feels so good. There is a part of me that honestly just wants to Sanctuary raid right now, though. Because that's a full clear. None of the Dwemer that they might play will have charge. So I can always use Priest the following turn here. Be a little bit more reactionary to what's going on.
Chimeric spirit of the sky, guide us!
Right. I think Halls is still the bigger threat.
You must be cleansed.
And we're just going to go with the big body. And we're not going to break runes here. The last thing we want to do is give them more gas.
Chimeric spirit of the sky, guide us!
Wow. So they've drawn 2 Halls and 2 Fervors. I'm kind of surprised they did that. At this point, I think you would want to be on, like, the Race Me plan.
You cannot hide.
We draw power from their blood. We draw power from their blood. We draw power from their blood.
Yeah! Triple on day into activations gets the concede. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but we draw power from their blood. All right. That was actually a hard-fought victory. I know that barely any actual damage had been done to either player, but the jockeying for position and resources there was very enjoyable, right? Playing for the board, getting long-term value, kind of running them out of resources, and then setting up what would have, like, let's be honest, just would have been a game-winning play. There's no way that I have that many creatures on the board, I trade the way that I do, and I get that many blood magic spells that I don't end up winning that. Alright, so now we're up against Telvanni, which is still very, very strong. Do not let the nerfs fool you. Telvanni is still one of the best packages for controlling a game. So we are going to be the aggressor here for sure. We're going to do the best that we can.
Careful there, friend.
We're going to hope that they're not a conscription opponent that also runs Murkwater Witch. No, they're just one that runs Skulk.
Your blood will spill!
So I could shackle it, but then I still don't have a way to trade into it thanks to its new 2/3 body.
I smell
So we're just going
the
to try to
stench
slow
of
it
the
down.
living.
Strong chance that they just have removal or something to get that Barrowstalker out of the way, but that's the best that we can do right now is just try to slow it down. Yep, there's the removal.
Face me, you dog!
So we're going to do our best to slow it down.
Watch yourself now.
But we're not off to a great start here. This is not where we want to be in terms of generating pressure at the moment. We haven't broken any runes yet. Don't have many big bodies.
They've no move we can't anticipate.
Meanwhile, they still have a number of cards in their hand, including at least one Cruel Fire Bloom, which creates problems for our big-bodied friends.
Face me, you dog! Face me, you dog!
I actually don't think that we address that. I think that we do this. Because if we have to, we can use High King Emmerich to pull that off next turn. But at this point... kind of surprised they did that. 2 fire blooms in hand, 5 magicka. Negation trade. Really want to protect their fire blooms, huh?
Waters of life.
Okay. That works out relatively okay for us, though.
Being a king may look like fun, but it's damn hard.
Well, that's a really unfortunate prophecy for us, but it doesn't really change anything that we would have done. As much as I hate breaking runes when it's only 1 damage there, we needed to generate as much pressure as we could. The blessing that we have working in our favor is that we hopefully have a moose we can activate here. Oh, they are one that runs a mummify. Okay.
They've no move we can't anticipate.
So our start was pretty slow in terms of pressure,
The Night
but
Mother will guide us.
we might have some outs.
Your blood will spill!
And I guess we'll put this here. Kind of doesn't matter where it goes. It can get hit by vipers either way. Mastermind plus Ice Storm is still not enough to kill it on its own. They would still need at least 1 more resource. We likely don't develop Uncano this next turn. We'll probably go double Bleak Coast and then
Your
try to
death
save
will
the
be
Uncano for burst. So we're not out of this. We got some options. Just depends on what they do to respond. Dark Harvester is a great response. Alright, we caught a bit of a break there. Alright, so our opponent has only been through 15 cards, technically a little bit more because Ungolem shuffled more in. So, we've seen 1 Viper. We have to assume they run more than 1. They're more likely to have Viper than they are Red Brahmin, right? So we are going to just play right into Red Brahmin and then pray. Because Red Brahmin here is a problem. But that is the only card that causes us as big of a headache
They've no move
as could
we
be caused
can't
there.
anticipate.
We're off to a great start. So no Red Brahmin. 6 left. They could have like Necromancer to maybe get something in Shackle. There's the other Fire Bloom. So unless they have the other one naturally in their hand, that should be the last one of those we're worried about. But we're still in a good space for trying to pressure.
You must be cleansed.
Okay. I'm going to assume they just wanted the body. That's a fantastic pickup for us. We're going to swing with this first because we know they run Lightning Bolt, and we don't want to swing with the other one and let that die to a Lightning Bolt. Harpy stops either of them equally. Mummify technically stops either of them equally. Let's go ahead and see what this draws us, but we're likely just going to develop Wind Keep here as well. Actually, I'm wrong. We're going to go ahead and just Harpy this instead. Because that potentially protects our Moose from the trade. And that's relevant because 4 health is still enough to survive an Ice Storm. But they have the bat. Okay. So we're gonna go like this. Oh, actually,
This day will be mine.
bit of a misplay. I didn't need to play that first. And then we'll go like that. We knew he had to bolt this turn because we didn't have enough to Ancano and bolt next turn, and we want to get him within lethal just with the reach, while also presenting some resilient threats. So now they have to figure out a way to deal with our board and gain life.
Here.
So while I typically save Lightning Bolt, using it aggressively there puts our opponent in a pickle. A good pickle for us, a bad pickle for them.
I lurk in the shadows.
Alright, so they are digging. They have still not yet found the answer. I mean, their best course of action here is to just try to like lock down the field lane, hope that I don't have reach. Right? Yeah, so they got Viper there, and then if they have like a Shackle,
The waters of life.
sure, that. But unfortunately for them, we have Negation, we have Ancano.
I have many important things on my
So
mind.
that is a game. So you guys know I'm a huge fan of Mid Sorcerer. This is a great video for showcasing why. Big win against Dwemer Spellsword. Big win against Conscription Telvanni. Gotta feel pretty good about that. So if you made it this far, the version that I was just running, there should be a code in the deck description. Thanks for watching. Until next time, may you walk on warm sands.